Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer, and today I am joined by my special guest, Melissa Belzer. Well, what do you want to talk about? I know what we should talk about.
You pick.
All right.
I like it when you pick.
I want to talk about a not a rule.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay. So this one makes no sense to me. So there's no way that everybody's going to agree on what I'm going to talk about. Let's just cut to the right to the chase. Nobody's going to agree on all this. This is just my personal preferences and maybe yours. But we need to talk about this whole bathroom thing and how this works. Because a lot of people out there are not using the bathrooms, the public bathrooms, properly.
Interesting. So by what do you mean?
All right. From the guy's perspective, right off the bat, can we get back to where when we opened the door and went in, all conversations stopped and we did not communicate again, make eye contact, nothing. No communication whatsoever until we exit the bathroom again. That's first and foremost. Okay. I don't know why it is, but it makes me angry.
When people try to talk to you in the bathroom?
It's like
does it weird you out?
The Hulk wants to come out and smash things.
Don't Hulk out on anybody in the bathroom.
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I haven't yet, but I'm like, why are you talking to me? I'm literally holding my pee-pee and I don't want to have a conversation.
That's funny.
Okay, so first and foremost, can we have people not talk in the bathroom for the men? Now, from what I understand, this is not the case for women. You insist on holding full conversations in there.
I mean, sometimes we do.
What is going on? Why do you guys go in pairs?
Because it's boring in there. I don't know.
You really want to talk to somebody else while you're going to the bathroom?
I don't think we care. There's a lot more going on over our lifetime with this that having a conversation in the bathroom is pretty mild. I mean, we carry children and birth children and all the things that go along with that. There's not really anything...
And so I've never been in the women's room. So is there like couches and lounging
sometimes
areas? Really?
Sometimes.
That's kind of cool.
The bathroom at one of the malls is pretty awesome, and it's got a mother suite where there is a couch and a whole thing. Yeah. Sometimes they're really nice.
What about, is there somebody sitting at the sink? Because I've seen this at concerts where there's somebody at the sink that'll spritz you.
I mean, I wish there was more in there. That would be fun.
I'd also like that person gone as well. I don't need somebody to hand me a paper towel.
Okay.
So for some reason, they come in and all of a sudden I can't use a paper towel anymore. I need somebody to hand me the paper towel.
Probably the men's room is a little different than the women's room, where we're all in stalls, whereas you guys, you do your business sometimes out there, sometimes in a stall.
We do have stalls as well.
That may be why you'd be more uncomfortable with that. Like, we're just, coming out to the sinks and making sure everything looks good and all the things.
I don't know why they make us pee in either a cattle trough or a bunch of urinals hung on the wall.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. But
I don't know.
We also get the bonus sometimes of having that person at the concerts is sitting there and spritzes us or will hand us paper towels, and then they want to be tipped out of it and stuff, which I get it. They're performing a service, but I don't need somebody to hand me towels. I can just pull out the towel dispenser.
Yeah. I mean, if you're making me smell, in the movies, like when they have the tray of cologne and
we do
the mints and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll be at a Camelot concert and there'll be somebody there. That
I did not know that. That's fun. I had no idea.
He's sitting on a stool there.
That was happening.
He's blocking the air sink, so we're creating a backup on the air sinks because he's taking the space of the whole one sink.
Okay, well, that could be a whole nother podcast. Probably is bathroom traffic. I was just commenting. So many bathrooms, to me, I can't figure out the traffic flow. It's always clustered. It's just crazy the way they design the bathrooms of ingress and egress, or whatever the words I'm looking for.
Yeah, I want people to be a kick-ass adult, and yet it seems that these bathrooms could be holding us back from being kick-ass adults because we have a lot of anger issues going on as we're trying to use the bathroom because they are not designed right, especially sporting events. For you women, at sporting events like the Cardinals game, the line snakes out the door.
Which would be fine, but if you've got to cross over the exiting traffic, to me, why do they always do that? To where you come out of the bathroom, you go to the sinks, and then you got to cross out and come over to the paper towel, and then come out. So then there's a whole, this thing here, people coming to wash their hands and exiting to exit the bathroom. There should be a flow of some kind, and I don't know. I don't know all the things involved in that, but I feel like it just doesn't get thought through, but I don't know.
Question for you. If the bathroom's not busy and you have, say, 5 stalls as you're coming in and it's facing, long ways, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which stall do you go to?
So if I'm walking in there a bunch on the right or whatever, on one side, Probably the second or the third one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that weird?
Yes. It is weird.
If no one's in there?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this brings up the next
I'd be
point.
curious why you think. I don't know why it matters. I get choice then. Who cares?
Okay, so we get urinals and then we get stalls.
Okay.
So if there's an odd number of stalls, you should be picking the furthest stall away
Why? Why does it matter?
because you want to create distance between you and the urinals.
Oh, well, in your case, that's different. I mean,
Yeah.
that I can
And
see
also,
that, I
isn't it
guess.
kind of like a courtesy to the people out there because you're probably making stinky?
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, guys do. I know girls don't poop, but guys do. So, yeah, you use the furthest one, and then after that, the next one would be you skip one, and then they can fill in after that. That's just my
That's
rule.
way
I
too
said
much
that nobody's
thought.
going to agree on
Yeah,
this. but
that's
this
way
is-
too much
This
thought.
is how much I've overanalyzed it, because you remember, back in the day, I used to be a courier driver and a pizza delivery driver. So I had a lot of time inside my own head, which is how I came up
Probably
with a
too
lot of
much
the
time inside your own
legit dad's
head.
rules. Well, out of all that time, we came up with all the great rules. So you got rule number one is don't be an asshole.
Don't be a jerk.
Yep. Number two is don't be a dumbass.
Yeah.
So on and on. We've got all the rules that are
Yeah.
legit rules above board.
Yeah.
Also, we came up with the ones that we could never come into agreement with like all my traffic rules.
Our sidebar list.
Oh yeah, like the
List rules unmentioned. I don't know.
okay, well,
Something. There'll
like
be something for it.
the gaper delay rule.
Yeah,
it
that's
can
a good
be
rule.
upside down, on its side,
On fire.
It can have a dead body by it.
And then we added the scantily clad bodies.
Scantily clad, male or female, whatever your preference is. So we have 5 things that are acceptable for gaper delays.
Yeah.
But not everybody agrees on those either.
No.
So, because since nobody can agree that these actually make sense to be how we make the world a better place, a more kick-ass place, it's not in any of the books.
Right.
It's considered not a rule. Just like my bathroom rules, because nobody can agree on which stall to use, even though I believe that you should pick the furthest away. Also, for urinals, you should be skipping urinals.
Well, that I could see. That makes sense to me, though. See, I think guy rules would be just totally different
this
anyway.
drives me insane. So, like, I'll
You're
go to
creep
baseball
up
game.
to somebody right up when there's nobody else. You're gonna stand right. No, that's weird.
I got to call my dad out on this. So we'll go to a Cardinals game, and there'll be 30 urinals, and I'll grab the one on the end because that's what you're supposed to do, and then he'll grab the one right next to you.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, you're supposed to. He should be 30 down for me. He really should. He should be 30 down for me. And then what you do is you infill.
You split the difference
Well,
every
you
time.
infill. So like what you do is that you can start skipping until it gets busier. Then you've got to fill them all in.
Okay, but then what? Then it's all filled in. Then why does it matter?
At that point, it doesn't. But it initially matters if it's
See,
not
that's why it's probably not a
filled
rule.
in.
Because there are plenty of situations where that wouldn't be an option anyway. That's why it's not a rule. I think. I don't know. I understand your logic. I would be like, I would want, if there was 7 or whatever, and I'm a dude and I'm at the end one, I wouldn't expect somebody to come in at 6. I'd expect somebody to come in at 3 or 1 or 2.
You grab that stall. There's no eye contact. There's no weird looking where you shouldn't be looking. You should be looking straight ahead, dead onto that wall. And if it's advertising, local plumber there, you read that plumber advertisement, and you do not digress your eyes anywhere else to see what's going on. And do not talk to me. For the love of baby Jesus, do not make conversation with me, because I do not want to convert.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I just want to pee, go wash my hands.
Business and out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
can see
this
that.
should be a rule, too. People should actually wash their hands when they leave the bathroom.
I don't know why that has to even be said.
Sadly, it does.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. So that's why we end up having to have a trash can next to the door so we can use a paper towel to open the door.
Yeah.
And if you want to go one step further, this is why I don't like to shake hands. Because that's gross.
If you really got into that about that, do you realize that everything you touch, someone else has touched, to be honest?
Yeah, but they could at least be clean and wash their hands, because that's just
I'm
disgusting.
not saying don't wash your hands. I'm just saying you would walk around like this all day and not touch anybody if you really
I'm
just
not that
got into the
crazy.
weeds. That's what I'm saying, but you can get into the weeds with that.
We'll have to get into a conversation on another episode where we get into how I think that people should be greeting each other as well, because the whole handshake thing seems to be worn out at this point.
Yeah, I don't even care.
You do actually care, though. You do care which one people use.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if they shake hands.
Oh, no, but you have a preference of what you'd rather have people do. than
I
shake
would
hands.
rather high five or hug.
Do you imagine
Me.
walking around and everybody you meet, like you go into a business meeting, a stuffy suit, get the suit, the power red tie on, you get the power blue suit
Okay.
on with the white shirt, the power red tie on, you look all
Okay.
businessman, businesswoman like, and then you go up and instead of going like this and shaking hands, you go and do that high five.
Oh, that's where I love high fives.
Oh man, you get full contact with the 5 fingers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's just a classic high five.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once you get to know them, you can get into the secret handshakes and stuff like that. But
Right.
initially,
Oh, high fives
Oh.
are even better to me. It's just fired up and it's
there's
fun.
just something about giving somebody a high
Yeah.
five. It just really pumps
Maybe
you
it's
up.
a transfer of energy, like a.
Oh, I would bet.
Maybe I never really thought about it.
There's got to be science behind it that says it is.
It makes people smile, so that's why I like to do it.
It does. It does. High fiving should be the new handshake.
Maybe.
We should make the official handshake of 2023 should
The high
be
five.
the high five. It's not too late in the year.
Oh, no.
This will air in April.
Yeah.
It's not too late in the year to where we just stop shaking hands and start
Just
high-fiving
start high
everybody.
fiving everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
I'm for it. I don't have a problem with that. I high five as many people as possible when we're at church.
Yeah, high five would be cool. Another way to do the important business meeting is not only the fist bump, but the fist bump with the pullback explosion.
Okay, well that would be the one. I don't really like the fist bump, but
Oh,
the
but
fist
you have
bump
the
explosion.
Oh my
is,
gosh, that's like other
It's energy.
world.
It's energy.
Yeah, you're like,
like it.
Here, let's try it.
Okay.
I mean, that is freaking awesome.
It's just extra. I like it.
No, it's
extra.
cool. It's like it kind of like says, hey, not only am I happy to meet you,
But this is awesome.
yeah, but this is not only a happy moment I'm meeting you, this is an awesome moment that I'm meeting you.
I agree. Totally.
All right. Well, we talked about a bunch of nonsense, and I made it
The
very,
nonsense.
I made it very clear early on when I started the podcast. I mean, I know we're getting a lot of new listeners on here. That I made it very clear back in episode 1, episode 2 that we would do not a rule episodes, and so every now and then I want to spring one on them. We did. We're not going to come to agreement on the bathroom one. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail about it all.
But I understand your point of view, being a dude, and how
I
dude
probably
restrooms are
just
set up.
unemployed somebody that sits there and spritzes and hands paper towels. I just want to grab my paper towel. Or, this is even better.
Okay.
The Dyson hand thing where you're doing with your hands and then
Yeah.
magically 12 seconds later, it's all it takes is 12 seconds and your hands are dry.
I know, and there's a whole a thing of why people don't like those either. I don't know.
I think they're cool.
I don't know.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And your hands are perfectly dry.
Yeah.
It's cool. You can put these dripping wet things in there and then you're going with it.
Yeah.
And then magically 12 seconds later you have dry hands and you can go high five somebody outside the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get links of why
And
people don't
restart
like.
your conversation.
Oh, true.
Yep. Dyson dryer, walk out, high five somebody that also washed their hands and dried it with the Dyson dryer, and reconverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Carry
So
on.
if they're walking into the bathroom, I'd love it if you stopped mid-sentence on the conversation, and then when you're walking back out, you started it back up.
Right where you left off.
Right where you left off. Like in
Yeah.
the middle of a
Yeah.
sentence, you would start
Yeah.
it back up.
Right. That'd be cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah. That'd take a lot of focus, though, I think.
This was a very important episode.
Oh, yeah.
We covered a lot of groundbreaking material.
So many things.
So if you like, hated, or were ambivalent about the show, still need to share it. Like, share, comment, leave feedback. And also hit up Dad's Real Swag to help us out. Keep her off of ramen. So until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be.